all we have is the BallzOut logo.
Our dynamic trio of sports enthusiasts and longtime friends bring you the latest sports news, heated debates, and offbeat stories from the wide world of sports. Whether you're a diehard fan or just enjoy a good laugh, we've got you covered. Are your balls out?
Suck it, jabroni.
Hey, are you ready? Are you done fucking around?
Hey. Yo.
I do not have peanut butter on my list here.
Oh my goodness. That's ridiculous.
You're listening to the Balls Out Sports Podcast. Here are your hosts, Ala, Crispy, and Jonas Mount.
That's the remix for y'all.
All right, everybody, welcome in to Balls Out. Yep. We're back. We're live. We are live.
What?
How you feel about that?
I don't know. I was just looking at my color coordination and my outfit today.
Your color coordination is pretty good. That is Ala to my left. We've got Crispy joining us from Greenville, South Carolina.
Hello, family.
See?
You didn't like that one?
We did. This is 8, right?
Right.
So it's supposed to be great. I'm rhyming. Come on.
I'm listening.
What's up, family? Why he switch it?
Oh, he just said hello, didn't he?
Exactly.
Yeah, he did.
So whose fault is that?
Well, I'm trying to keep it fresh.
Are you trying to change it up a little bit?
Nope.
Yeah, I want to try these different ones. That way, one sticks with you better.
Not feeling it? Ala's not feeling it, man. You know you can't be.
What do you
changing
want?
up
What
on
do
it.
you What do you want? Talk to me.
I'm used to the what up, family?
All right. I don't know if I'm that country. What up, family?
That's better.
Is that better?
That's better.
All right. Well, that was Crispy from Greenville, South Carolina. Ala is here in our new studios. Still working. We're still working.
In our new studio.
We are. We're still working. We got some some things that we're working on. It's a work in progress.
We threw some baggage out.
We've got a few things working. I am Jonas Mount. We are here. We're episode number 8 or 008 to be clear.
I'm frozen.
We got a ton to talk about, by the way, like an absolute ton to talk about. Okay. So we're going to continue talking NFL football, despite the fact that Ala doesn't necessarily want to talk about one particular team. I think it might be something that we're going to mention at some point this evening. Ala asked me, practically begged me not to have this conversation tonight. But how do you not talk about Monday Night Football on Tuesday night? Like, it's the last game of that particular week. Monday Night Football is over. We are now officially in week 10.
That's right.
Week 9 is over. We are now officially in week 10. You realize that 9 weeks have gone by. We have 9 weeks to go. It's kind of bittersweet, but it is, quite honestly, the craziest NFL season that I can remember in recent memory. I mean, it's absolutely nuts. You got rookies doing things I've never seen before at the quarterback position. You've got coaches that have already been fired. You've got torn ACLs.
Torn Achilles.
Although the guy with the torn Achilles is
Aaron.
looking better than the guy with the torn ACL.
I love you, Aaron.
Throw it. Did he throw it? What was
50
the
yards.
58? I think it was 58.
Yeah.
He threw a 58-yard pass.
On a torn Achilles.
Steroids.
Hey, you know what? Whatever. The sooner we get Aaron Rodgers back, the better.
Here's the thing. If you're losing record and not only going to make the playoffs, is it worth bringing him back to try to get 3 or 4 wins?
Yes.
Well, I mean, they're still in the hunt.
We're 4-4, so I mean, we're not out of the race.
No.
That game was really important to get a game up on the Chargers, who are also not going to win the division, so are looking for a wild card spot. But I don't watch football anymore, so I gave up.
I thought I saw where like if they started the playoffs right now, the entire AFC North's in.
Yep.
So the Jets are out.
Hater.
So I'm just saying, you were saying that they're still in contention at 4-4.
I don't watch football. All right, but I came home yesterday. Right.
Hey, the Knicks are balling though.
I don't.
Are they?
Let's not get into that because there's a certain guy who we need to get. I'm not gonna say it. I am tired of Julius Randle.
Oh, now we're tired of Julius Randle.
He did say that last show.
I never said I like Julius Randle.
So you would include him in that trade package?
I would put 7 of him in that trade package to get him out of there real quick.
Julius Randle right now, obviously we don't want to get
no effort.
Completely off. I mean, he's
no effort.
He's the worst I've ever seen him.
Because,
like statistically speaking,
I'm not going to say nothing.
It's awful.
Because I will say bad things, and I'm not going to do it.
You don't want to do that.
The effort is not there. That's the problem.
Right. Yeah, and I'm
cool with you missing shots. Everybody's not going to go 19 for 32, right? You're not going to. It's going to happen. You're going to go 5 for 19. I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
but the effort is the problem. The effort.
Yeah.
He's not even running down a court on a key possession.
This is the first time I've ever heard of this.
He does that all the time.
He's guilty of this.
Get rid of him.
He'll have a season where he just goes off. He did this a couple of years ago where
he got paid. Then he got paid. And then what happens when they get that big deal? I said it all the time. They don't do nothing afterwards. You know?
So we're gonna be we're gonna talk a little bit about the NBA today, but I need some help. Like, I know I've read it. I understand it sort of kind of. This tournament within the season thing, it's taking a little getting used to.
You're coming around to the same thing I said, right? It's confusing.
It is.
AF.
Yeah, I don't particularly care for it. The courts are wild looking. They're cool to look at, but I don't see how anybody plays on them. That looks really strange. So we'll talk.
And the jerseys blend in on the court, and you can't tell.
It's just wild.
Exactly.
It's absolutely nuts. We're going to talk a little bit about that this evening. We'll talk plenty of NFL. There's a ton of storylines that I want to get into. We'll talk a little bit about college football as well. Josh McDaniels. We'll talk about what's going on in, and I still want to call it Oaktown because it just sounds so much better than saying the Las Vegas Raiders. I guess it's just, what are we talking about?
The Raiders.
What's going on in Vegas? I guess we can just say that, right?
Copyright infringement. Did he just do a Berman?
He did a
voice?
Berman.
Why?
That was better. That one was better. I like that one.
He always, whenever.
All right, no voiceovers from me. I understand.
No, he got you beat.
Fair enough.
He got you beat on the Berman.
That's fine. That's fine.
Hear it?
That's fine.
I always think of, whenever I hear Berman do that, well, whenever I heard him do it, I always imagine Berman just having gone through a fifth of bourbon when he did it, right?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's what I always think about. I mean, this guy's sauced out of his mind when he says that. So we'll talk about what's going on with the Raiders in Vegas. We'll talk about cigars and wins over lowly teams and why are we celebrating so much about that. No, don't look at me like that. I saw the look out of the corner of my eye when I mentioned cigars. We're not talking about what you're going to do with cigars other than smoke them, okay? So we're just going to leave that alone. I know that's where you were going. You got a dirty mind.
Hey,
look, this isn't Monica. We're not talking about Monica today.
Well, what kind of couch am I on?
Well, you are on the. You going to tell everybody what kind of couch?
I'm not going to tell nobody.
You're not?
Just think about it. You see this couch?
Yeah.
Look, where my hand is, there's a lot of space over here, guys.
Yeah, it's
That's couch. For future guests.
Come sit right on down.
That's for another show.
.com.
Oh man, that's fantastic. We'll talk CJ Stroud. Got to get into this. Got to talk about this guy this evening. No question. I mean, what a start as a rookie in the NFL. Just unbelievable numbers so far. I don't think anybody saw this coming. I think the Carolina Panthers are probably a little concerned. What?
I did.
I called him Rookie of the Year at the beginning of the season.
I did too.
Yeah, well, congratulations. You called him Rookie of the Year like half the other world did.
We both did.
I'm talking about the stats. Nobody would.
Well, you got to have the stats to be a Rookie of the
Year. So if he's Rookie of the Year, so I'm assuming then you would have thought that he would have had 14 touchdowns to 1 interception and over 2,200 passing yards.
Yep, we did.
Well, yeah, he would have had to have some really astounding numbers to be Rookie of the Year.
They wouldn't have to be that good to be Rookie of the Year.
Why? Why not?
Why not? Why not exceed?
Exactly.
I'm not saying
I
said they don't have to be that good to win Rookie of the Year.
Sounds like some hate over
These
there.
numbers are out of this world.
Some people thought Desmond
But
Ritter,
we're only halfway there. So
some people
he
thought
could slow
Desmond
down,
Ritter
and
was
it'd be
gonna
just
the
normal
guy.
for you and still be Rookie of the Year.
Desmond Ritter, right?
I don't understand what you mean by that.
Is he a rookie?
Yes.
No. Ritter?
Not really, but essentially he's a rookie.
Doo-doo.
Well, he's not. He's
not even playing. So what are we talking
about? He's resting right now.
I just got to take a shot at somebody else quarterback because my quarterback is doo-doo.
That is very true. He's back to being Zach Wilson, not Zach Williams.
He's playing like a rookie.
Yeah, for sure. A couple of quick pointers wanted to let you know as well. I know that we were absent last week. We had some technical difficulties. We had a lot of stuff that we had to go through. We are back. We are here. We are not going anywhere. We are a little lighter, but the reality is that we are
lighter.
We're ready to go. We're ready to go. I'm enjoying where we are now. I'm comfortable where we are now. We have a lot to get to. I'm very excited about the remainder of this particular year, this particular football season, and the future, of course, of Balls Out. I do want to make a quick mention. I do want to talk about this very briefly before we go any further. Apparently, being off for 2 weeks means I don't know how to talk into the mic anymore. I just realized that I sounded really low there for a second.
Thank you. I was going to say something about that, but
yeah, I know. But usually that's your issue, is that you're not talking into the mic.
That's
loudly
rude.
Enough. It's true. Rude, maybe, but true, definitely.
And
all right, well, I'm just pointing out the obvious.
I'm a grown man. I'm not 40.
You're not 40. I, on the other hand, I am over 40.
That is true.
That's very true. I am actually donning the shirt today. Donning the shirt.
You got
I have a shirt on. What? You have oh,
you got a shirt on.
It's Jerk Swag.
Now I see it.
There you go.
Hey,
I don't even know. Who them people?
Love that.
Who them people?
Jerk Swag Clothing Company. You can check them out at jerkswag.com.
Harpo, who that woman?
I guess mine's still on the way.
Yeah,
it is.
I've been waiting on mine's too, by the way.
They believe in pushing boundaries, questioning social norms, and making people snort with laughter or stare in disbelief. They also believe in making money. So clutch your pearls, Grandma, and pony up. We're all jerks in here. Jerkswag.com, baby. We appreciate you.
Look at the read, the live read just now.
It's good, right?
Pay me.
It's not like I haven't done it before.
Are you going to change your voice on that too, or
how would you like me to change it?
It's just asking a question. Sorry.
No, I know, but I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Is that just
we practice that?
Oh, did you want me to?
All right,
no,
Christian
not
Bale.
that voice. No.
You don't want me to go there.
No. You remember what happened last time?
I can't make you really uncomfortable with that.
Whoa, it sounds
He's leaving.
It sounds like
it's instantaneous.
It sounds like you was trying to come sit on his couch. Yeah. That's what it sounds like.
That's a different show.
Yes.
We do have a lot to get to, so let's get right into it. Oh, before I forget,
I got a nice shirt on too.
You do have a nice shirt on.
Mommy's always on top.
Ooh. Hey, can I derail the show real quick?
What's new?
Hey, so I'm on this wrestling kick, right? As you guys know, as we were talking prior. But coincidentally enough, I went and got my wig split today, and on TV was
out of here.
Family Feud with the wrestling or the women of the WWE.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Who was on there?
Well, I wasn't paying attention to the names.
Exactly.
Just other things. They it was interesting.
Wasn't that the one with Angelina? Wasn't Angelina Love on that one?
She's not in WWE.
Was she ever?
No.
Okay.
Because she can't wrestle.
But she has. Don't say that about her.
I'll tell it to her face.
That's rude.
We spoke to her before.
We have
back
a lot.
in the day.
But she was on Family Feud. That's why I asked that question.
I was like, not with Steve Harvey.
Who was it with?
Yeah. The one I watched was with Steve
it was
Harvey.
with Steve Harvey. Yes, it was because you know what? How much? Let's bring it on right now. Come on.
I don't bet
Money. That's because
you know why I don't bet?
Because you lose often.
Because my team sucks.
Fair enough.
I just don't know why. I haven't intentionally done all this, but wrestling is really part of my daily. Oh, the belt. I got you. So, please proceed.
Thank
Sir,
you,
host of show.
Hey, I'm just one of them. I'm not the only one. We'll talk a little bit about Caleb Williams. We'll talk college football. We'll talk Kyle Shanahan, and of course, our all-time NBA starting five.
Not Caleb Williams. That guy's woo.
We are going to talk about Caleb Williams because I have a very, very different opinion on what I think of Caleb Williams and his most recent tear-jerking moment and post-game comments after the loss to Washington than a lot of people who are writing do. But then again, I shouldn't be surprised by those that are writing about this because of the area in which we're in, right? I mean, and everybody's soft. You don't like it, deal with it. But everybody's too soft.
Don't get canceled. Stop it.
I'm not trying to get canceled. I'm just saying, don't be soft, man. And
how was that soft? He was showing emotion.
That's ridiculous.
He was just.
Hey, do we really know that he was crying?
I mean, I don't know because he was like this. Look.
Yeah, maybe he was just like having a moment with his parents.
Don't do that with Jordan. Don't do that to Jordan.
His
don't do that to the GOAT.
His cheeks was out. Just let me put his hand there.
Talk to the hand. That's
You know
right.
what?
That's what he did.
You're mimicking some soft ass kid playing college football who apparently is trying to dictate his future by telling everybody where he's going to get drafted, and then decides he wants to go cuddle with a dog. So that being said, we'll get into that here in a little bit, but I do want to revert back, talk a little bit about the NFL. I want to start with this story. I want to get it here. I want to get it over with. It was something that I thought we should talk about briefly, but the top of the list, of course, this evening is, and I couldn't believe this. I had to write it out and read it several times, but the Cowboys are going to host Martavis Bryant. Like,
yeah, when I saw this, I was like, what? Why?
I read this. They're bringing him in.
I'm frozen.
It's
I don't
actually
know who that guy is. Who's that?
You don't know who that is? Yes, you do.
He ain't been in the league in 14 years.
Well, it hasn't quite been that long, but it's been a while. He was suspended in 2018. That's how long it's been since he's been in the NFL.
Before COVID, so I forgot. It's like 14 years ago.
Everything before COVID is like, wait, it's a blur.
Yep.
He remained out of football before signing with the Toronto Argonauts of the Canadian Football League in 2021. So played football nowhere for 3 seasons. And I mean, I'm thinking about this, and I'm like, if you're going to bring in Martavis Bryant, why don't you just bring in T.O.?
Age difference.
Because Terrell is crazy.
Terrell Owens is 50 years old.
Yeah,
Yep.
I bet you could still play better football than Martavis Bryant could right now.
I don't know. I'll just go get Josh Gordon if I want somebody that's going to keep getting kicked out the league every 5 minutes.
Right. I mean, if that's what we're going for.
And they let you smoke the weeds now. It's Stephen A. Smith voice.
The weeds.
Right. You know, so.
So here's the interesting fact, though, with Bryant is even though he's now been reinstated into the NFL, he's still going about his business, if you want to call it that, for a couple of years while he was gone. He would sign with the Toronto Argonauts in 2021, would never play for that organization after being suspended after not showing up for his first training camp. He was subsequently released the following December. Then he signed with the Edmonton Elks a few months later, but would also be released again before training camp started. His next opportunity to touch the field came in the XFL when he signed with the Vegas Vipers after being drafted 5th overall in the XFL Skill Players Draft ahead of the 2023 season. In 8 games for the Vipers, he recorded 14 receptions for 154 yards. Fascinating stuff.
I fell asleep. And what you was just saying.
Yeah, you lost me there for a second.
The Cowboys are going to host him for his workout with 1 spot on the 16-man practice squad available. If he doesn't sign with the Cowboys, he's going to visit the Titans later this week. I mean, is this how desperate everybody is at this point?
Not the Jets, because they ain't go get no quarterback. So.
I don't understand why the Cowboys feel compelled to bring Bryant in. Like, why? Maybe throw the football to some of the other guys you signed in the offseason. Maybe try doing that.
Like who? Brandon Cooks? That's it. That's all they got.
Well, I mean, I realize that.
He ain't healthy.
Didn't he just play?
I don't know. But
Pretty
he's
sure
always missing games. Gallup ain't come back properly yet either.
No, he's definitely not 100%. He's not 100%. Who was the tight end that they had last year?
Schultz.
Schultz. He's the one that's
in
killing it in Houston right now.
Oh, C.J. Stroud, baby.
154 yards receiving, by the way, I believe, in the game on Sunday. So, C.J. Stroud. God, I can't wait to get to that story. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Should have been a Jet, but, that's another story.
Speaking of New York teams.
I don't watch football.
The Giants quarterback Daniel Jones.
Oh, man, my man, Danny Dimes.
Has season-ending torn ACL.
Because they forced him back, man. He wasn't ready. But they heard all the scrutiny because of the Jets game and all the Tyrod issues. And I'll tell you what their problem is. Daboll needs to be fired. He's not a quarterback whisperer. I've been saying that. He's got to go.
So we're going to talk about Daboll a little bit later on this evening because we have this segment about coaches on the hot seat. I've got a pretty extensive list, by the way, and my coach is on it. So
come sit right here.
Alrighty then.
Right next to me.
Right next to Ala on the couch.
Yep.
The couch.
.com.
Oh my.
The .com couch.
Is this the end for Daniel Jones in New York after this?
They got, I think the contract is structured for him to get out next year where they can escape the back end of it. I think it was essentially a 2-year deal.
Yeah, because it doesn't hurt the Giants, does it?
They had an opt-out clause after 2.
Yeah.
So that 160 or whatever it looks like he was getting paid, he ain't getting it all.
What's transpired with this team, Crispy? I mean, if anybody wants to jump in here, I was looking at Daniel Jones's stats from last season compared to this season. What do we know definitively where are they leaking? Right? What's happening? Like, where is this coming from that Daniel Jones could have had the season he did last year? And again, he didn't throw lights out last year. He did a lot of running, everything else, but they played good football last year. Is it the defense? Is the offensive line? Is it all the above? Like, what is it that's so much different this year than last year?
I think it was just an overachieving year last year. That's what I'm going with.
That's one.
I think they came out of nowhere and just surprised a lot of us.
Right.
Things were clicking. Saquon had a pretty good year. Daniel Jones got a contract and free will. Just, hey, we're playing with house money right now. New coach, brought some fire, all of that stuff. I just think they overachieved and surprised us. And this year it's back to reality kind of thing. It's the Giants. And I remember when the game was playing and I had texted my son about, hey, Daniel Jones went down. He was like, this is the biggest robbery in NFL history. Just, hey, we're playing with house money contract.
No.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's one.
Yeah.
That's definitely one thing. They overachieved last year. Dayball came in as the quarterback guru, whisperer, right? Made Daniel Jones look a little better. But they brought in Darren Waller, and that was it. Line sucks. As with a lot of NFL teams, clearly we saw last night, right?
Yep.
When your offensive line sucks, your quarterback keeps getting hit, then we end up with all of these bad QB play.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't put any pieces around him.
Yeah, and they still haven't. They haven't done. This has been an ongoing theme for them for the last couple of seasons, where they still haven't put those pieces around him. And I've said this, earlier on. A few shows ago, when one of the things that we mention a lot when you have mobile quarterbacks, it always seems to be the case with the franchise that they go, well, we don't necessarily have to put that much into our offensive line because we know these guys can escape, right? So this was a problem, huh?
Josh Allen.
We knew this was a problem in Seattle when Russell was there. It was the same problem they had.
What's the tying factor of Josh Allen and Daniel Jones?
They can't. Well, I don't know what they can't throw the ball that well.
No,
they're not accurate.
Dayball.
Oh yeah,
there you go.
That's true.
Look, I figured it out, man.
Yeah.
Are they running them too much? Not enough?
Yeah, too much.
Not worried about the line that's in front of them having another true. Well, Buffalo doesn't have the running back, but Giants do have a good running back. I don't know.
It's like the Giants don't want to spend money, other than they barely paid Saquon, right? They still got him for technically pennies, right?
Yeah.
They put all the money in Daniel Jones. They didn't put it in the line. They went out and got Darren Waller they traded for him, so it's a decent deal.
Yeah.
They didn't put no money in the defense. They let Bradbury go. They let Love go. They traded Leonard Williams.
Yeah. Who's their one? I mean, yeah, I don't like any of the receivers.
Dexter Lawrence. Other than Dexter Lawrence, that's the only person that got paid on that team.
Yeah. It's almost like it was give up, right? Especially with the Leonard Williams trade. And I think that's the one that really surprised a lot of people, right? Was, okay, are we just, but for what? Like, that's, again, you see these moves sometimes and they leave you scratching your head, and it's like, what's the end game here? Why? Why did you get rid of Leonard Williams? What did they get in return?
A second-round pick.
What are they going to do with that second-round pick?
Draft a young kid that may pan out or may not, and then take a shot, because unless they package that to move back up in the first round a little higher.
Yeah.
But other than that, where do they go?
Nah. They got to gather as many picks as they can because they need to rehaul this, just completely flip this around. They got to get as much young talent as they can.
Ooh, pick me.
Oh, okay. Hey, let's get training. Let's get that 40 going. Let's see what those short shuttles are. Cone drill. Let's go.
No, I didn't mean like pick me. I'm my days are over.
Oh,
you see this finger? Look at that broken. Look at that finger. That's nasty.
Nice.
Let me show you my. Wait. Not
whoa.
Wait.
He's trying to come sit on this couch.
Oh my God.
Go.
I got something.
Okay.
Remember what happened when Eli forced his way to the Giants?
Right.
There's another quarterback in Southern Cal that's trying to force his way into a specific team, right?
He wants to play for the Dolphins.
Who are you talking about? Caleb Williams? Or are you talking about another quarterback in the league?
Crazier things have happened. Caleb Williams.
Oh, yeah.
So they packaged that 2 they just got.
Right.
They're gonna have a high 1 coming up.
For sure. Assuming they have it, but I'm assuming they do. Yeah.
Move up.
Yeah.
Who's got the 1 pick right now?
They're not going to be any better.
I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, but it goes back to the same point. Let's assume Daniel Jones has the pedigree and he's a great thrower of the football and everything else. If they don't get more weapons around Caleb Williams, if they don't have a better offensive line, they're still not going to be a very good football team. I mean, he can't carry that by himself. I mean, can they be marginally better? Sure. Are they a playoff team with Caleb Williams and the current roster they have around him? Absolutely not.
But what if he comes in and he looks like C.J. Stroud? Because we don't know no pieces besides Dalton Schultz in Houston.
Who's got the 1 pick right now?
Probably the Patriots because they suck.
Is it not the Bears?
Yeah, it is the Bears.
Damn, yeah, they only won 1 game too. Well, the Patriots only won 2, so
Well, here's the thing: the Bears have Carolina's pick.
that is true.
As well.
They've got 1 and 2, don't they? Yep.
No,
It's
they
like
don't.
1 and 3, something
No,
like that.
they
They
gave
have
up.
2 top.
They do. You're right. They have the top 2.
I
Yeah,
believe it's the top
they've
2
got
picks.
2 top picks,
Yeah.
so they have that luxury of saying, "Yeah, we're going to take Caleb and Marvin Harrison Jr. from Ohio State." Right? I think Justin Fields is going to be going down, or could go to another team. I don't know. Maybe he's a running quarterback. I think he fits a offense maybe down in the ATL that could use a nice mobile quarterback.
Oh, God.
I don't know. I can see Justin Fields going to Atlanta and see what happens.
It's not the first time I've actually heard that, but I don't want to hear it again.
Why not?
The Giants did sign Jacob Eason, by the way. They should be in. They should be fine. Jacob Eason.
Who's that?
Did he play baseball?
Right.
No, he was
You said Boomer Esiason's son?
no, Jacob Eason. He played for Georgia. Actually, he was a quarterback in Georgia.
Oh, Easton. That's the baseball bats, right?
Eason.
Go Dogs.
We are going to discuss how what's going on right now with the Giants. Again, I mentioned this a moment ago, how that's going to affect Dayball. Is he one of the coaches, one of the many coaches at this point that are in the hot seat?
Get him out of here.
So speaking of coaches who probably, or a coach that probably was on the hot seat, that is off the seat, out of the building, at home, chilling.
Who that?
Josh McDaniels.
Oh, because he's not a coach, man.
So McDaniels is
Choking on
out.
ice.
He's a coordinator at best.
Well, here's
Yeah.
There is no way right now, and I this isn't exactly the topic per se. We can talk about this in a little bit, but I do want to discuss this briefly because I was thinking about this as I was putting all the notes together for the show. There is no way that Josh McDaniels gets another head coaching job. I cannot see that happening.
Pick me.
I know that he went from Denver. It didn't work out there. He went back to New England for a couple seasons. That now he got this opportunity in Vegas with the Raiders. Mm-hmm. But the way that he went out with this team, and remember, the Raiders are a team who we love because they're so dysfunctional, right? It's always this team that's been so dysfunctional for so long. And even when they were winning, they were still considered somewhat of a dysfunctional team because of ownership, because of
The rebel,
because of
the rebel mentality.
That's that. It was a working dysfunction for quite some time. But there's such a dysfunctional team with such an oddity at ownership and the way they handle their business that for McDaniels to have to be sent off from that team the way he did, so unceremoniously, so with a divided locker, not even a divided locker room, a locker room that simply hated the man, that wanted him out, that you're willing to get rid of him at this point in the season, and you've got Antonio Pierce taking over for this squad. Now, granted, they ended up beating the Giants handily. Not that that's necessarily
everybody's
a very
beat the
difficult thing to
Giants
do,
this
right?
year.
Not that that's a very difficult thing to do, but the Raiders celebrating. Let's talk about that. I don't know that anybody. You wanted to? Did you want to answer that question really quickly?
What question?
Whether Josh McDaniels gets another head coaching job?
Not in the NFL.
Was the Patriots when he got fired from Denver? Where he went?
Back to the Patriots.
Is Bill Belichick on his way out?
He's on the hot seat.
Rumors are he won't even make it past the London game or whatever, Frankfurt, wherever they're playing over.
Yeah,
No.
they're back to Frankfurt.
That's the rumor.
Nah, they don't do that mid-season to him.
That's the rumors.
I don't
Nah,
think
they can't do that to him, man. He's the second greatest coach of all time. He got all them chips. They don't do that mid-season to him.
It's debatable why he's the second greatest. It cheats a lot, but that's
Hey,
either
you
here
ain't
nor
cheating,
there,
you ain't
right?
trying. That's what you say.
I mean, listen, I agree.
Hey, don't they have O'Brien there as their OC now as well, though?
But
Yeah, they
yes,
do. He's terrible.
but
So I don't know if Daniel's coming back to be the OC.
he might make his way back to New England and bing, Bill's gone, heir apparent.
God, I can't see it. Again, if he'd made it to the end of the season with the Raiders and maybe decided to leave on his own, or New England contacts him and says, "Hey, Bill and I are, we're parting ways. We'd like you to come back and take over this team. We'll help you with the buyout, whatever, right?" And by the way, Josh McDaniels is getting paid to not coach. By the way, like his contract was set up in such a way that guy, he never has to work again.
Did you read that article? How
What?
much they're paying him and Gruden for not coaching them anymore?
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, the last two coaches, like 80 million or something.
Yeah, didn't McDaniels
I
is
think it was
getting like
crazy.
30?
I think it was like 85 million or something like that.
Absolutely,
But
nuts.
it's okay. Davis just won the NBA championship again, right? So he got some extra scratch.
Not NBA.
Or no, the WNBA,
That
excuse
is-
me. WNBA,
Yep.
excuse me.
Yeah,
Shout out to Asia Wilson.
Mhm.
for sure.
Carolina great.
Oh man,
And she's the GOAT in the WNBA, by the way. Just wanna let y'all know
Raiders,
that.
although celebrated that win over the Giants. Now I realize that there's underlying story, right, with the Antonio Pierce and taking over, changing the culture in a very short period of time. The Raiders team and organization, as a general rule, feeling like they want to play for somebody who believes in them. That is a somebody like a Josh McDaniels who you could just tell. I mean, you just look at the guy. Right? I mean, I don't see how anybody could actually like somebody that looks like him. I mean, serious.
Oh,
You're going to get canceled.
What?
You're going to get
Man.
canceled.
I mean, when have you ever seen him?
You've been straying the line.
I'm
You
just
gotta
saying,
stop
when
it.
have you ever seen this guy on the sideline look like he's ever genuinely happy about anything that goes on ever?
when he was winning the rings with Brady and Belichick.
Did you watch the Monday night game last night?
No, I did not.
Did you see Salah's face the entire time? Just Google Robert Saleh Monday night
Yeah.
game. He was like this the whole time.
That was a strong beard he got growing right
That
now.
beard does look good. The beard looked good, but he was like,
That was strong. No shave November, I think, right? He grew that overnight too. That's strong.
It's amazing how a guy that doesn't have any hair on the top of his head manages to grow a beard that
and he
quick.
had the headset on too, right? So all you saw was
I mean, I get
Yeah.
it, but
He was
this is-
pissed.
But this isn't new for Josh McDaniels. This is who we know that he is,
'cause
right?
he's a douche. It's all right. He's a little douchey.
And I'm gonna get canceled. Okay,
Hey,
got it.
douche is better than what you was like. I know where you was going with.
I mean, maybe I was going there. I don't know. But the Raiders celebrating over this win over the Giants like they really won something. I know that they're excited for their coach and they love Antonio Pierce and the energy that he brings to the table. But, man, you've got cameras in the locker room, and these dudes are smoking cigars like they just won the chip.
like they were Joe Burrow or something. Only Joe Burrow pulls out the cigar, man. Come
you
on,
know what?
now.
I don't
That's Joe
necessarily.
Burrow.
Hey.
we don't agree all the time, but I agree with you on that one.
That's his move, man. Stop
Hey,
stealing.
we
Joe
don't
Burrow's
always
sauce.
see all the locker room footage. This could be a norm though.
I don't think so.
I mean, here's my question.
Hey, it's not easy to win games in NFL. They've been on a little bit of or a losing streak, and they got a dub. They got it at home, and hey, why not celebrate?
So is it?
You know,
Is
it might be the last one.
well, here's my question though: was it more of a celebration for the win because it was the Giants, or was it just the overall celebration of McDaniels no longer being a part of the organization?
That is it, because Devontae Adams, they were shopping him supposedly, then
Yeah.
not shopping him. Then he was so disappointed. We saw on the sideline. Then this game, after the game, that he was like right next to Antonio Pierce, like nodding his head, like really enthused. And who was their quarterback?
I do not.
The
know.
number 4 guy.
Is he that? Is
I don't know.
Is this the
I don't know
O'Connell
who-
kid or something like that again?
Is it him? It might be.
Yo,
It's hard to. Pick.
I don't even know quarterbacks anymore. Who's
What are they going to do with Garoppolo? Ooh, maybe he can go to Atlanta.
Why has everybody got to go to Atlanta?
I don't know. Who else needs a quarterback?
I mean,
The
usually
Giants?
you
They're
say
gonna
everybody
draft
needs-
one.
Usually, you say everybody needs to go to Miami, but
No, that's only the Heat.
Yeah, the Miami Heat.
That's
Yeah,
only
we're
for the
getting all
Heat.
the peep.
Well, the Raiders are 4-5. They're not in bad shape.
But the division they're in.
I mean, I get it.
Who's running away with that division?
Right. But and the problem for them at this point, with the exception of next week's game, they have a tough stretch coming up. They have the Chiefs, then they have the Chargers. I think they turn around again and play the Chiefs again in a short period of time. Their last couple games of the season aren't going to be that bad.
I think they've got another game with Denver.
Yeah, and Indy and Denver at the end of the year. Denver's the last game of the season for them. I'm trying to remember everything in between. Now, next week, definitely a winnable game for them.
Who they play next week?
The Jets?
No, they don't play us.
Yes,
oh,
they do.
we do play them. I forgot. So I was on the Chargers that I thought we were going to beat and then go 5-4 and then be like, oh, we were out there like 5-3. Like, and then no.
And then, yeah.
Uh-oh.
But look,
happened last
listen.
Ooh.
The defense, my defense,
Yep.
played lights out. Hell, they made Justin Herbert look like he was Zach Wilson Jr. out there. Justin Herbert didn't have a great game.
I know. I kept seeing his stats. I'm like, what do they do? Did they just hand the ball off the entire game?
And then they held Eckler to like 3-point-something yards per carry. Like his 2 touchdowns were off of the 2 fumbles.
Mm-hmm.
Bosa, Mack, and the Tutu Falafel kid. I don't even know his name, but that's what it sounded like. He said Tutu Falafel. He had like 7. They had like 10 sacks last night.
Yeah.
Every
the
2
memes
minutes
today
you
were
saw it.
so great on how there was like the lack of the offense helping the Jets defense.
The defense they played amazing. They were everywhere. They could have had a couple picks, but they didn't. But it was a punt return, 2 fumbles.
Yep.
They got the short field, 2 Eckler touchdowns. Like it was not really much that the Chargers offense, their defense played well.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
So we can't waste our defense, but
We're Zach Wilsoning instead of Zach Williams, right, at this point right now.
hell, put Tim Boyle in. Tim Boyle, why you ain't quarterbacking?
Is that your third string guy?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd rather play him.
I mean, do you think that they're going to make a change at this point? Do you really think that they will?
We should have Aaron Rodgers if he wants
They
to
lose
come.
to the Raiders next week. Oh,
We shouldn't lose to them.
if they lose to the Raiders next
So,
week,
all I said was we shouldn't.
they got to do something. They got to try to find something new because what they're doing right now ain't working.
They should have went and got Carson Wentz.
Oh,
Yeah, he
what
just
did
signed
go?
with the Rams.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Well, he can't.
Isn't that where he got hurt? Was against the Rams like 5 years ago? I thought I saw
I think it was, but
No
here's
comment.
remember
when he was having his MVP season
But
before they won
now-
the Super
but
Bowl.
All I'm saying is I didn't want him, but all
You
I'm saying
didn't.
is
You
because
Hold on, I got my list right here. My notes are right
the
here.
rumors
Show
out,
number 1.
the rumors out of camp were and watching Hard Knocks was Zach is kind of picking up on the offense. He was
Right.
going to sit behind. When he went down, it was like, all right, he's got the reins. Let's give him a couple games. We have not moved the ball. We cannot score a touchdown.
Ooh.
And they don't run the ball. I don't watch
I don't
football.
know why
Let's
they
just
don't
move
run
to
the
something
ball.
else.
This comes back down to the offensive line as well, right? I mean, this was a sore spot even in the offseason. We knew that this was problematic. And what you said? How many sacks did they actually give up last night?
I think they gave up
7,
8 to 9 sacks or something like that.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, you're not going to win. You can't do it.
Bosa's coming off an injury and was looking like the other Bosa.
Right.
He was looking like Nick.
Mm-hmm. No, he's finally healthy though.
He was looking like
Joey?
TJ Watt out there in the streets.
Yeah, Joey's just for now. He's finally healthy. He can play ball. He's
Khalil
not as good
Mack
as-
was looking like he was the old Raiders Khalil Mack out there last night.
Hey, I just got a message from Cam Newton. He's flying to New York 2 days,
No.
so maybe he's got to try out with them for the
luck
practice
with
Well,
squad.
technically, he said he's not going to get signed for less than 5.5 mil. That's what I heard in the streets. But
Hey, you're paying enough in quarterback dues that's hurt, so might as well.
and Jimmy Clausen wanted $1 million for his jersey number, and he told him, "Nah, you ain't
saw
gonna be
that?
with the-"
I did see that. Yeah. That was funny.
750.
Cam
Oh,
Newton-
okay.
Cam Newton need to go sit down somewhere. Nobody cares about that story. First of all, I'll tell you the truth.
It's just, but it comes up because Cam just wants to make sure he wants to stay relevant.
Got to keep his name out
Yep,
there, right?
He's got to keep it
And
out.
nobody's giving him $5.5 million to come
No.
quarterback.
Whatever happened with the Kaepernick thing? It's like we saw that and haven't heard anything about it since.
That's the NFL for you.
You want to go back to that?
That's
No.
Didn't
I
we
think we're
say-
going to talk about NBA courts now.
Didn't we say that about the Cap situation?
yeah. They'll just
They'll like
get swept.
It's like they pepper his name out there and then just like swept right back on.
I mean, the reality at this point is that how much more are you going to talk about it anyway?
I
But
agree.
but it's the same thing. Cam's just going to get out there a little bit, let everybody know he's still that guy. He wants to get paid that much money, which
He still ain't got no Auburn checks. I mean, I think he's still cashing those, ain't he?
I mean, it's possible.
He was NIL before the NIL.
Yeah, he definitely was. He definitely was.
His daddy got a Hummer too, probably like LeBron's daddy and mama did. That's neither here nor
I
there.
actually have an interesting piece of information I'm going to share with you when we talk about coaches on the hot seat. That just reminded me about somebody's daddy. Can someone please explain? I want to switch gears a little bit, talk a little about the NBA.
Who's your daddy?
Who's your daddy? Pedro. That's classic, dude. Can somebody please explain the courts? First, let's talk about the courts first for the NBA tournament.
I don't know.
Can anybody give me any insight as to why they look the way they do? Like, what was the idea? Like, why?
They're trying to spice it up.
Why is there a trophy in the middle of the court and none of them have won a trophy yet?
Well, that's the trophy they're playing for, though.
Oh, but everybody got a trophy in the middle of the court.
Yeah, because why not? When they do the finals, they got the trophy there. That's what you're playing for.
That's the finals of the NBA.
Well, this is the mid-season tournament, so
It's
they're
not
gonna
even
put the trophy-
mid-season.
I know. Well,
that's what they're calling it.
Week in, and we're already playing
Yeah.
the tournament.
So it's the trophy that they're all playing for.
Okay.
So might as
Okay.
well. I like it. I'm on the other side of this, so I'll just say that. I'll let you guys complain about it.
You pulled some of them courts up.
I have, yeah, because I've seen the memes where they have all of them lined up. There's
this-
not a lot of people that do like them.
Is this Boise State?
it's changing it
we
up.
playing at Boise State?
Smurf turf in it, right?
The uniforms are different.
Yeah. I can't tell who's playing. They blend in with the court. It's like
I don't know.
all you see is
Hey,
just like
they got to try
who's who?
something. They're trying to keep people, engaged with the early part of the season. They're
They
trying to
gonna
spice it up a little bit.
They're
So
gonna give somebody a seizure.
So when I was reading this, as to why, like the big question, of course, has been why is this happening? And obviously, from everything I understand, yep, you're giving me the money sign over here. Commissioner
Johnny
Adam
Manziel.
Silver has wanted to implement this for years for a variety of reasons.
Because the courts didn't look bad, right? They look terrible.
Right.
What about hardwood? That was it. The classic hardwood look, right?
Right.
Where's hardwood at? I don't see it no more. It's just colors everywhere.
A lot of colors. Now, the first hope, obviously, is that it generates revenue. And that's what we're talking about here. The NBA believes the in-season tournament can become a significantly money-making franchise over time because of the ability to sell its television rights, as it did with the WNBA's version of this event. The other hope is to draw more eyeballs to the league. Problem for me.
What, eyeballs to the league?
They're trying to draw more eyeballs to the league. What's the first thing that comes to mind when you hear that?
They're trying to expand to other markets.
But that's not what that. I mean, obviously I asked the question. That's fair. I get that. I don't. That's not the thought that comes to my mind when I hear that. And I'm wondering if
Taylor Swift.
oh goodness.
I don't know, man. Hey, it worked for the NFL.
I mean, is this the NBA's version of Taylor Swift? I mean, but drawing eyeballs to the league is for me is a little bit of a red flag, right? So we know that LeBron James doesn't have a lot of time left, and outside of LeBron James, who is that guy? Who is the one who is truly bringing people in? Because
I got an answer for you. Nobody.
Nobody. I'll go one step beyond that. I know that unfortunately he also plays in the West Coast, even though he's very exciting. But Curry's not going to be around for that much longer
Steph is
either.
old. Yeah, Steph's like 35,
Right.
right?
So
Yeah.
you've got these guys who have been lightning rods for the NBA. LeBron James and his story and the longevity, the amount of money he spends on his body to keep himself playing.
Steroids.
Yeah, he's only going to be around long enough to. Well, the idea, of course, was to play with Bronny, but I don't think that's going to happen at this point. I don't know. But that's kind of a scary proposition.
Braun's
anyway.
playing. Braun's balling right now.
I realize he is, but again,
stop
the NBA has to look. They have to look past just like today, right? They've got to look at their future, and bringing more eyeballs to the league by doing something like this is, for again, just sort of a red flag for me. That their concern is that they can't really sell it because they don't have those players who can that are lightning rods that can bring attention to the league without doing something goofy.
Now,
because everybody bounces from team to team. This is
There's no loyalty.
This is KD's 15th team.
Yeah.
And
Well, if KD's 15th team, how many is it for Harden now?
about 32.
32.
He played for all of them,
Right.
Damn near. So I mean,
hey, so I just pulled up all the courts here. Can I just throw this out there and just
He loves to talk about
So-
the colors.
So let's look at this, right? So what's one of the most popular games that we play? NBA 2K, right?
Nope.
What do you get to do on that game? You get to make your own stadiums, your own courts. If they're trying to bring in a younger fan base, they're making the courts maybe look a little bit more like the courts that they designed. Maybe they had a contest where, you get to design your own NBA court. I was looking at some of that. I mean, I don't know. Have you guys looked at all of them? They're throwing in some of their, like you got H-Town for the Rockets, right? You got the Clips for the LA Clippers, Rip City. So they're taking some of their nicknames that they've used. The Suns are using the Valley. I don't know. I enjoy them. You got the land, the jerseys that they're using, the Miami Heat we use, it's the culture kind of piece. So I think they're having fun with it. I think they're taking some of the parts from maybe the NBA 2K games and making it really personable. So I don't know. I'm having fun with it. I enjoy it. I understand your part about not seeing them, but you did also couldn't see the screen just now. So maybe contacts.
No, I can see the screen.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Because I can see myself.
Oh,
Now,
There
Commissioner
he is.
Adam Silver has long been fascinated with European soccer, and the basis for the NBA's in-season
There you
tournament
go.
lies in the cup tournaments across Europe. We talked about this when we
you go.
first mentioned the in-season tournament a few shows back. In those leagues, there's a regular season championship determined by the team with the most points over the full year, and then a separate tournament, or in some leagues, multiple tournaments that runs concurrently with the league season. When we've talked over the years about adding additional games to the season, I know that this was a huge conversation that we've had years and years ago about the NFL adding more games to the regular season, and a lot of people going, well, I don't know if that's necessarily something that we want to do. It's a violent sport. People can get hurt, etc. Is this tournament actually going to aren't they playing more games because of this in tournament?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
So,
yeah, I thought when we originally talked about it, they were like, if they played 12 games, they were taking it off.
They were taking
at
it
some
off
point.
the back end of the schedule.
All right, so typically the NBA sends out a full 82-game schedule in mid-August. This year, though, the league only sent 80 games with a gap in the schedule from December 3rd to the 10th. Each team's final 2 regular season games will be determined by how the in-season tournament plays out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So these tournament games are going to be part of their season.
Of the 82 game season.
All right.
Makes no damn sense.
Well, it changes my perspective a little bit on it because at least they're not playing. I'm just saying at least
they're
playing
not
more
adding
games.
more
Right.
games. I get that.
Which they can't do that.
But they went into a tournament 4 games into the season.
Right.
It was like NFL tip-off, opening night. Coming tomorrow.
Right.
In season, the
Tournament.
first one.
All right, so I'm going to read through this really quickly, and I'm going to see if I can make heads or tails of this. The 22 teams, let me see. The 22 teams that fail to qualify for the knockout rounds of the in-season tournament will have their final 2 games scheduled, one at home and one on the road, on December 6th and 8th against other teams eliminated in the group stage. The East teams that lose in the quarterfinals and the West teams that lose in the quarterfinals will play each other on December 7th. The teams that lose in the semi... Okay, I can't do any more of this.
Thank you.
I can't do any more of this.
And the colors hurt my eyes.
While the teams that reach the championship game will actually end up playing one more game. They will play 83 games. With the championship game not counting toward the regular season standings. All right.
Thank you for breaking that down. And I'm more confused now.
Hey, when Dame said he didn't know what the hell was going on, I was like, oh, okay.
So I don't feel so bad. I thought I was the only person around here that didn't know what the hell was going on. But
And he could rap.
Hey, let's go out there. Let's play some basketball. Let's have fun. Let's roll with it. Let's see how it goes.
No, I'm good.
Could get interesting.
Mr.
Listen,
shiny, happy people over here.
I would be cool with this if the courts didn't look the way they do.
Oh, so it's the courts that bother you the most?
Well, no. That's...
Okay. 1 and 1A.
Yes.
Okay, right.
Well, we're gonna watch games anyways. Might as well put a trophy in for it anyways.
I barely watched one full NBA game. Because first of all, the time went back. You better stop it.
Wait.
What's happening?
Well, I wouldn't watch them if they weren't great either.
I sent that Knicks Heat rivalry. You better chill.
Let's go.
We remember them 90s. Remember the 90s?
Oof, man. That was good basketball.
Exactly.
Speaking
of 90s basketball, I got my top 5 right here for you when you're ready.
We're gonna get into that here in just a little bit.
He just jumped straight to.
I mean, he's ready.
You know what? Show's over. Let's go.
Let's just go into our top 5.
Yeah.
So I didn't actually put this in the notes. Somebody else actually ended up doing this. So I'll share a note out and then I'll send it to the other fellas and give them an opportunity to add or whatever to the notes.
It's like you talking to us like we're not right here.
I'm just letting everybody else know how this is working.
Oh, the fine people out there.
Yeah.
In TV land.
We're letting them know. So,
did you point at the camera?
Josh Dobbs, from Arizona to Minnesota.
Damn, how many teams he played on this year?
Who put this in there? Chris, this was your doing, right? Yeah. Okay. So he wanted to do this. This was his opportunity to take a dig at me, which is.
What are you talking about? This is a fantastic story.
I mean, it depends on which perspective you're asking. Okay.
Let's just look through the lens of this guy got cut from the team he just started 5 or 6 games for. Heck, actually, the whole season. He had started 8 games for the Cardinals.
He didn't get cut. He got traded.
Got traded on Sunday afternoon after he won or lost the game that they played on Sunday. Had to find out where he was going on Monday. Stayed in a hotel Tuesday night. Got to Minnesota and was on their practice squad. Didn't even know the names of any of his football players that he was playing with on Thursday. They did a walkthrough on Friday. He goes out there, has a helmet with no microphone in it. The starting quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings goes down early in the first quarter. They had to go find a helmet that had a headset in it so that he could even hear the plays. And he goes out there. He's their leading rusher. And he takes them down on the final drive of the game to win the game. How is that not a really cool story? I didn't even mention who they played, so that's irrelevant. It's the fact that what this guy just had, the kind of week he just had.
Who did they play? Oh, yeah, they did.
See, Allah didn't even realize who they played.
Yeah, he knew who it was.
I'm be honest with you. I didn't watch nothing.
So he didn't know, by the way, he didn't know any of the cadences. Like when it was time for him to go in there, he's actually having conversations with his center whose name he didn't know. So look, I do give him a lot of credit for this. It's funny because when that injury took place, like when the starting quarterback, well, he's not even the starting quarterback, second string quarterback. We've done this so many times this season. This is how wacky the NFL is. When the second string quarterback goes down, my first thought was, oh no, here we go. Like I literally turned to my wife and I was like, this could be a problem. Because I knew we know Dobbs can play.
He can.
He can play.
He should be quarterbacking the Steelers right now. Now, if they followed suit and kept him there, they wouldn't have traded for Trubisky.
Right.
They wouldn't have drafted Pickett.
God.
They had their heir apparent behind Roethlisberger, which was Josh Dobbs.
Yep.
And they pissed it off.
Yeah, they kicked him to the curb.
Mm-hmm.
He comes in. He does an amazing job. And I think the most frustrating part of this for me is there were so many instances in that game when I'm watching where the defense had him and he just gets away. Like just barely slides out and gets away, especially that touchdown run he had. I mean, he should have been sacked like 15 yards past the line, behind the line of scrimmage, but he gets away. He goes into this game up against the 6th ranked defense in the NFL and comes out on top. And it was, it was a great performance on his part. I mean, it was It was tough. What?
You see how he tried to give his team some props? He was like, the 6 rings defense.
Well, no, but that's part of that's the frustrating part of it is this team comes in playing extremely well.
Heineke played well.
He played all right. He played all right.
He played better.
Did he turn the ball over?
Yes.
How many times? Was it?
I didn't know if he did. I was really just curious. I was going to say, see, that's already an improvement. He didn't turn the ball over.
Nobody watches Falcons games but you.
That's true.
Sorry.
This coming from the Jets fan. All right. So
highest rated Monday night game.
Which one
of this year?
Last night?
Yeah.
Why?
Really?
Because the Jets were playing and we saw Aaron Rodgers not on crutches. He didn't get carted into the stadium. He got them big ass shoes on. His shoes is 7 times oversized.
Yeah, like there was no boot inside that boot.
Well, let me ask you a question though. Let's be honest here. Why do so many? Is it because they want to see them lose? Is that why so many people tune in?
Honestly,
because they're not playing good football.
Well, the defense is
okay, right? But they're not going to win you football games if you can't throw the ball more than 6 yards down the field.
You guys are disrespecting Josh Dobbs' time.
We
already talked about the Jets.
He got disrespected in Arizona. They didn't put his jersey in. The team shot.
He didn't even have a jersey available in Minnesota.
Shipped his ass out. Now he's over there in Minnesota. Don't have a helmet. Just like you said, 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't know the center. Justin Jefferson is not gritty in anywhere because he's hurt. And Hawkinson was the only one he got.
They had to give Dobbs their backup punter's number.
Cam Akers tore his Achilles again.
I don't know of any of that to be true, but I thought that would be funny too to add the kicker.
Probably.
Actually, it sounded legit.
I don't know if that's real or not.
I mean,
just figured
Josh Dobbs has been so disrespected. It sounded like a perfectly legitimate situation.
He is getting disrespected left and right.
Total respect for him. I don't want to open up this can of worms because we don't have a lot of time. Is Dobbs the starter next year? Cousins moves on. Dobbs is the starter in Minnesota.
No.
They only get
no.
Maybe.
The Atlanta Falcons are going to trade for Josh Dobbs.
You know what? Okay.
Oh, you're happy now.
At this point, why not?
Every quarterback's coming to Atlanta for me.
I've got 2 or 3 backups as my starting quarterbacks right now.
No, maybe if you started Heineke from the start of the season, you would have been okay. But
we had a winning record before we started Heineke.
Yeah, and Dijon Mustard was running like crazy.
You know what?
Juking people, and I haven't seen him get more than however many carries lately.
We're gonna have a conversation about this here in just a little bit. CJ Stroud, want to give this kid some love real quick. 62% completion percentage, 2,270 passing yards, 14 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Way better than
I know both of you had him as rookie of the year. Kudos. The numbers though are so astronomically high for me. I wouldn't have doubted that the kid could win rookie of the year. It's just these numbers are the type of numbers that guys that have been in the league for a long time. I mean, some of the great quarterbacks we've ever seen,
and I just seen him
have put these types of numbers up at the beginning of any season, not just their rookie year. That's just how big it is.
Didn't he break Dan Marino's record or something like that?
Well,
there was a couple of like stats that flashed up there. Like
he set some rookie records for sure.
He broke Luck's I think rookie record of like the most passing yards through however many games. Like he broke a couple records.
I mean, he is just, and you know what's impressing me the most about him, and you mentioned this earlier, is that besides Schultz, who's he throwing to? Now I know I'm probably just missing a couple of receivers. Who are the receivers in Houston that we know of?
They do have that kid Dell. He's
caught the winning touchdown. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, he's starting to come around. But that's the only one I know.
I think the thing that impresses me the most about this is the fact that when he's standing in the pocket throwing the football, he's doing it like he's got the utmost confidence in the world. Like there's nothing bothering this kid whatsoever.
You know what the problem is too?
What?
That Carolina is kicking themselves in the ass right now.
Oh, buddy.
Oof.
Told him. Should have went and got him first.
Yeah.
He took Bryce, and look how it's looking.
Bryce is not looking good.
Nope.
But that can be on the coaching staff because they don't have a good coach either. Or no receivers there. But
you talk about Carolina?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's an unenviable position to be put in as well if you're the coach. I mean, you just hired Frank Reich this season, and you didn't really – and everything coming out, and Frank Reich is on the list of coaches on the hot seat, certainly. I don't know that that's necessarily warranted because – if memory serves me correctly, the ownership had already made the decision, or at least the conversation is that ownership had made the decision on who they were going to draft before ever getting his 2 cents on that. So that's tough. You're walking into a situation that you really don't have any control over. You were a quarterback. You are a guy that can help quarterbacks, and you didn't get any say so whatsoever on who's getting drafted. I don't know. I don't know that that's necessarily a fair shake for Frank Reich, because
I don't.
you also got rid of DJ Moore. You're not exactly helping.
Yeah.
You brought in Adam
exactly.
Thielen.
Huh?
You brought in Adam Thielen.
Thielen.
That's
hey,
it.
he's a statistically,
And I'm
like
not saying-
through the
Good
fantasy lens, Thielen's actually having a good year.
Solid.
Yeah.
But
But they're 1-7.
he's a third.
I know,
he's a
but I
slot
was just
receiver,
referencing the
essentially,
Thielen
right?
piece.
He's you have no receivers there. You traded McCaffrey away. You didn't build the offensive line. You brought in Miles Sanders off of a championship year, so you overpaid for him, and that was it.
Yep.
I'm sorry. That's it.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, and they really don't have any much draft picks because they gave a first
17
and something
picks
else
away.
to go and get.
Yeah, they don't have a first or a second round pick this next draft.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know. They got some rebuilding. I think it is a little too early for Reich to be on the hot seat, though.
I
mean,
would agree.
Yeah,
But he's
you're
definitely
gonna have-
one of those guys.
you got to give him, I'd say, at least 3 years. Build this rookie quarterback. Try to get some offensive line. Try to get some weapons around him. Let's see what he does then, because he won a Heisman. You had a stacked team around him, and he was able to perform. So that's in essence what they have to do, is get a stacked team around him, and let's see what happens. It's going to take him a while. I don't know if Frank Reich got that much time, but
He don't.
who knows? You might get lucky. They might sell the farm on. Wait, they don't have anyone else to give up. So it's gonna be tough for them. They got some tough seasons ahead of them.
They could move Brian Burns.
Well, apparently a bunch of teams reached out and they were like,
Oh,
"No, we're
yeah.
not doing it. We're not doing it."
Go Knowles.
They were like, "Nope, we're not doing it." They could have moved him and gotten themselves at least one of those draft picks back.
Yep.
No question about it.
But nobody wants to listen. Just
Speaking,
listen to me. Sign me as the GM.
sign you as the GM. There
I'll
you go.
move a lot of pieces.
All right. If I won a ton of money and I owned a team, I'd sign you as the GM.
Thank you.
Crispy, what are you going to do What are you going to do for the franchise?
Carolina.
No, if I buy an NFL team, where could I put you?
You gonna put a colorful field out there for us?
the NFL's
Ooh,
version of
that's-
the Smurf turf?
Yep.
You know what? That's not a bad idea. Hey, yeah. Ooh, yeah. I know there's got to be a stadium that's got a black field out there. Then have them run around with the blue jerseys. I don't know.
Now you see what I'm talking about, the NBA, right? I can't see what's going on.
So we've got a little bit of time left. There's a couple of things that I wanted to get to really quickly. This is actually a story a little bit I find fascinating. I do play fantasy football. Allah's going to take a minute here and take a nap.
I'm gonna lay out on the .com couch.
On the .com couch. This is a conversation. This is for Crispy more than anything else. Oh, you're turning the leg over too?
Oh
Big
my
sexy
goodness.
over here. What's going
This
on?
might be the best part of the show. Oh, wait, he's back.
That's it. Oh, wow.
See? You see?
I saw that. I
Hey,
heard
the
that.
little spice, and just sprinkle a little bit in there. Hey, come on.
Spice it up just a little bit. That is the couch for spice, by the way.
That's why my belt looks better than y'all belt.
So it does not. So the greatest fantasy football trade of all time. All right, this comes to us. I'm going to give them a little love here because I do enjoy a lot of their content. This comes to us from Barstool Sports. I'm going to read this to you. Crispy, have you seen this yet?
Oh, yeah.
Al, I think you'll appreciate this. I realize you're not into fantasy football, but this is hilarious.
I think I heard about this.
All right.
If it's the banging the wife situation.
Guy in my league this is a guy that actually writes in. He says, guy in my league is 3-5 and desperate to turn his team around and needs more consistency with running back. He sent me a text saying he wants Christian McCaffrey, but there's not really anyone on his team I want. I am currently 7-1, so I don't need to make any changes really. He said I could bang his wife one time if I accept the trade and it goes through. Honestly, it's pretty tempting since she has huge tits and I've always fantasized about her. Is it worth throwing my chances to win the chip out the window for a chance to bang his wife?
Goodness. First off, the banging has to happen before the trade.
Oh, 100%.
Well,
Second of all, I
y'all
don't think
should say
there's
banging.
no losing here.
Can they do
Because
this
say he
simul-
still loses,
Right.
like the interviewer said, he still has the, well, I banged your
I
wife,
begged your wife.
kind of piece of this. So, oh,
I'm saying
my
this one.
goodness. Here's the other thing.
I'm not
The
banging
guy to have
nothing
the
and on his
balls
couch.
to even offer this trade. How about him? He's got his priorities wrong.
You just give your wife up. for
Hey, maybe
fantasy
she's on
football?
board. Maybe she was like, hey,
Well, see,
I can
that's
offer
my
myself
question.
up.
That's my question. Does she know anything about this?
Did y'all just say banging?
Well, that's what I just read it. It's right here. I'm reading. This is
I'm
what
sitting on a
person's-
couch and y'all saying banging.
Oh, the banging-
.com
the
couch.
That couch.
Come, no, I'm out of here. Y'all got this. The rest of it. Have fun.
This is crazy. When I actually had to watch this twice to make sure I actually heard everything properly. Because, you know, I was actually in the bed,
Okay.
watching
Banging. He was
videos.
banging.
Hold up.
Hold
up.
What? It was 9:00 in the morning. You know, just scrolling through, and you know, it's low audio and
Not the morning.
what?
Okay, I know.
Hold
what
on a
that
second. Let me
I know
turn the
what
audio up on this and actually listen to this. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Yeah.
That is by far the greatest trade offer I've ever heard. Now, here's the other piece of this. We've got to make sure we watch, follow the Barstool Sports very closely because I'm sure they are doing everything they can to get these people on their show to find out what
sure.
actually happened.
Yeah. And in fact, they will probably push the envelope so far just to try to encourage it to happen.
For sure.
It's like,
for sure.
So
they
you
got
guys
strippers
are-
on there all the time
Yeah.
and porn stars. Like this is going to be happening soon.
So you guys are going to do this, right? What's it going to take for you to do this? Like that's the questions that they're asking right now. What's it going to take? What's it going to take? Let's talk turkey. Like this is what's happening right now.
Yeah, that's going to happen.
All right. So
Mommy's always on top.
so if we're it's a good one. Jerk swag.
I need. What's the? Is that it?
this doesn't get much better than this, does it? I don't know.
I was just saying.
All right.
Wait, you got a shirt already?
Yes. Didn't we already have this conversation?
Both of you got shirts and I don't.
No,
he
this
doesn't.
is
This is a
wrestling.
wrestling
Oh,
This is
Oh,
Rhea
okay.
Ripley. There was a PLE on Saturday over in
I did get an email from somebody like that.
How do you pronounce? Is it it's
IBC?
Riydah, Saudi Arabia? Is it Riyadh?
Oh, it's Riyadh.
Riyadh.
Yeah.
They was in Saudi Arabia, out there
Yeah.
wrestling
In the Middle East. Yeah.
And when the females wrestle, they allow them to wrestle there now,
Yeah.
but they got to be fully clothed,
Right.
like long
Yeah.
sleeves.
Yep.
Like they all got unitards on, like all in ones. And Rhea Ripley. Just Google it.
You okay? Do you need a moment?
I'll pull it up and show you.
I mean, whoa.
I didn't say pull it out
Okay. Well, I was.
on the .com
You're
couch.
on the couch. You're on the couch.
I said pull it up and show you.
All right. So we were just talking about, cool stuff, guys talking about banging other guys' wives. And then
I didn't talk about that.
we have this story that I wanted to talk about. Caleb Williams. Am I the only person that wants to talk about this?
Yeah,
Probably.
because he was crying, man. Let that man cry.
Yeah, it's emotional. His season hasn't gone the way they're supposed to. They're supposed to be, college football contenders, and the season's just falling apart. And there's a lot of stress on this young guy. He's making Wendy's commercials. I mean,
All right. So
getting paid a lot of money.
the writer for SuperBowlNation.com, Joseph Acosta, makes some comments in this particular article. USC ends up losing to Washington 52-42, effectively ending the Trojans' playoff hopes and Pac-12 title game aspirations. Williams let all of his emotions out on the field. After the game ended and he shook hands with the opposing team, he went to his mother in the stands and did what any other well-adjusted human being could do in that moment. He cried.
That's my quarterback.
After the game, Williams took us through how he was feeling in that moment, and it's honestly been the most relatable thing anyone in college football has said this entire year. It was an incredibly vulnerable moment in a sport that doesn't allow for vulnerabilities very often. I'm sorry. I can't subscribe to this I don't subscribe to this at all. Yeah, I don't know. I have a real issue with this. And this particular article talks about how, oh, it's okay, and it's fine, it's not a big deal. He's 21 years old, he's feeling emotions, he got crushed emotionally. Caleb Williams crying in his mother's arms after an emotional loss is more of a man than most of the people criticizing him for doing so. Wrong, number one. You're totally wrong by that. Look, I don't have a problem crying. What I have a problem with is crying in front of everybody.
He didn't cry in front of everybody.
Yeah, he was.
He covered his face. Well, he didn't cover.
Well,
his mom covered his face.
Are we really wanting semantics?
She covered his face. He wasn't crying in front of everybody.
Did you hear what he said after? Did you hear what he said in post?
He has a helmet on. You can't see his face. He covered.
You hear what he said after the fact? I want to go home and cuddle with my dog and watch some shows.
What's wrong with that?
Everything is wrong with that.
You got Gen V out there. You got Loki out there. You got Yellowstone is out there. There's a lot of shows out there that you go. Goosebumps.
WrestleMania.
Yep. On the network. On that network.
Then go home and watch it, and you don't need to tell everybody about it.
Well, he was probably asked.
They got the play-in tournament. The
play-in tournament,
beginning season, mid-season tournament in the NBA. You got
soft
football out there.
Soft.
Oh, cornhole tournaments are going on again.
Soft.
Baseball just finished. Nobody watched that.
Here's the thing: if you're an NFL team, does any of this bother you? If you're an NFL team,
why?
Does any of this bother you?
Not for me.
I mean,
Kid's got remarkable talent. He can sling the rock. I think he's going to be a phenomenal football player.
I mean, if he ever goes to the NFL. I mean, if he ever goes to the NFL.
Yeah. Well,
he's already.
He's got another year, right? Or is this his senior year?
But this is the same guy we talked about not too long ago about how he's already calling his own shots. Like he's calling his shots.
Okay.
He's telling everybody who he's going to and not play for in the NFL.
Eli did it.
Yeah. Again, it's not something I agree with. I don't think it's a good thing. I don't think it's a good thing that you're a college football player. You get drafted. That's how it works.
Not anymore.
Well,
because they get paid now.
It should.
That's right. It's changing.
If you can evolve with certain things, why can't you evolve with that?
Evolve with what?
You evolve with a lot of other things. You like this playing in season, mid season, beginning season tournament thing
with the NBA.
Yeah,
I haven't watched a single game of it.
And you call yourself a sportscaster?
Well, he's a Hawks fan, so
have you?
Got him.
What's the Hawks record right now?
Better than me. Probably better than
the Heat. Better than the Knicks.
Listen, I don't watch basketball.
Well, but you will also admit the Hawks will be the Hawks.
They are, because they suck.
All right, we'll see.
I think we beat y'all by like 30 this year, though.
No, you didn't beat us by 30.
We beat y'all, though.
You did.
Okay. So, yeah, talk about all the Knicks you want.
Yeah, okay, I will. But you don't watch basketball.
You want Julius Randle? I'll trade him to you.
No, I do not want Julius Randle.
Yeesh.
I do not want Julius Randle.
What do you want for him?
Everybody's going to the Heat, remember? So take that with a grain of
salt.
My
bad. I'll send him to the Heat real quick.
Ooh, I need some bench because my bench is trash.
And the Heat are trash.
NFL coaches on the hot seat, boys. Who
seen?
Who's worthy of being on the hot seat?
Dabo.
You know, I know we've talked about this in the past. Like, I don't know this. Why are we firing him mid-season, going to these backup coaches and stuff like that? I don't know if that's any better.
I mean, I don't know if because we're talking about coaches being on the hot seat right now, that means that they're necessarily going to get fired now. But I think that that's a conversation you can start having because of
Black
what you're
Monday.
seeing from this team.
It's always Black Monday.
Right.
End of the season, they're going to get fired.
Dennis Allen from the Saints. He's on. I'm looking at a list now, by the way.
I was about to say, because they're overachieving.
I'm looking at a list. He's 12-14 with the team, 5-4 so far this season. Frank Reich, we talked about that earlier. I think I think you put him in a no-win situation at this point. Like you have not set him up for success in any way, shape, or form. I think it would be premature to fire him after one season. Jonathan Gannon for the Cardinals. What do we think there?
I didn't even. Oh, who's that?
The Cardinals head coach.
Oh,
they're 1-8.
I know this is a stretch, but he hasn't had his true quarterback yet, so I think he's getting a pass.
And this is his first season.
He's starting next week, apparently. Barring
Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
against.
Ooh, let me go pick him up right quick.
Oh, they play the Falcons?
They play the
They
Falcons.
might beat y'all.
I know. I know. That's why the next guy on my list is somebody I want to talk about. Arthur Smith from the Falcons. Season record so far 4-5. Record with the team 18-25. Really quickly, the first 2 seasons, no money. So there was a pass, right? They went 7-10 the first 2 seasons he was there.
So why don't you have any money?
Well, we didn't. We do now.
Why didn't you have any money?
Because of all the dead money for Julio Jones and Matt Ryan.
So you didn't manage the cap very well.
Well, that's why none of those guys still work there anymore. It's part of it. It's not the first time you've ever heard this before.
No, so that's why you started Ritter. See, I can put it together now. He still sucks, though.
Well, they had money to go get a quarterback. They just chose to go Ritter. But here's the interesting piece of information I wanted to get to you, because I just found this out a couple of days ago, and another Falcon fan I know had a conversation about it, is that Arthur Smith is the son of the founder of FedEx.
Yeah. His dad's worth $5.8 billion. Arthur Smith, he's got money already. He does this truly. Uh-oh.
Lights just went out. Lights just went out.
Come on the couch.
Come on the couch. Arthur Smith is definitely coaching like a guy that doesn't have to worry about his job. That offense is terrible.
I don't even know why you talk about FedEx. What FedEx got to do with this?
Arthur Smith's dad founded it. He's worth a lot of money.
Oh, he founded it.
Got
you.
Yeah, cool. I'm glad you caught on. Bill Belichick.
He should be fired.
It won't be till the end of the season. Brandon Staley.
Here's my 2 cents on that. I think they might try to stretch it. He is 15, 16, depending on how many wins he gets this year. He's 16, I think, games away from Shula's record of all-time wins. I think that's why they're trying to keep him around.
Oh, he is the second. He hit 300, right?
Yeah.
That was his milestone.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought.
Yeah, he passed Hollis, I thought, earlier. So I think he's close to the records. So Kraft might be trying. I don't know. Just keep that in mind too. There's always those records.
All right, really quickly, I just want to run through the last couple. Brandon Staley from the Chargers.
Yeah, because Kellen Moore's the heir apparent out there.
22-19 overall, 4-4 so far this season. Of course, 1 playoff loss. They just underachieving. They're an underachieving team, and I think that's why people are having conversations about him being on the hot seat, because there's too much talent.
Agree.
In with the Chargers.
How many years?
This is year number 3. This is 3. Yeah, this is year 3. Obviously, they're still in the hunt. They're 4-4. Todd Bowles with the Buccaneers, 3-5 record with the team, 11-14.
I forgot he was coaching there.
Yep. Ron Rivera. I think Ron Rivera will probably leave on his own. I don't think he has to be fired.
Oh no, they
Ron Rivera.
I picked that he would retire this year.
I think he retires at the end of the year.
They fired his ass.
They're not going to fire him.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
He retires.
Yeah,
Eric's there. He's the heir apparent. Eric.
Right, but he's going to retire before he gets fired. They're going to give him the opportunity to leave.
Get his ass out of there.
Number 1. I mean, is this a no-brainer or what?
Saleh?
Matt Eberflus from the Bears.
Oh, I thought Saleh.
What's his name?
Eberflus.
I don't even know him too. So
he's the head coach of the Bears. 2-7. His record with the team is 5-21 there.
This is an audio experience, so we don't need dead air like that. We don't know him, so just fire him.
Fair enough. He's fired. You're gone.
Look, just fire Belichick.
Is this his first year or second year?
We don't know.
He's 5-21 overall.
It's a couple
26 games. Second year, probably.
Sounds like a couple years. Fire Belichick and bring in Vrabel. I think that's what the Patriots need.
Interesting. I could see
that. Yeah,
his
time in Tennessee is probably getting close. Why is he not on the seat?
Because it ain't his fault. Because they don't give him no pieces. They gave him Tannehill.
Well, they got rid of a bunch of them too.
Yep. You want to go?
Maybe Tannehill goes to Atlanta.
Oh my. Okay, moving right along.
Okay.
Ryan Tannehill.
So Kyle Shanahan. One last thing, really quickly. Did you guys see this stat?
No.
In games where the Niners are trailing in the fourth quarter,
they lose
by 3+ points entering the fourth, he's 1-31.
Yeah, they lose.
If the team is trailing by 8+ points, they're 0-37.
Because they're front runners.
They're front runners. I get that, but you have to be able to come from behind when you're trailing at some point. Like you've got to be able to do that.
You also need a quarterback that can do that, and Brock Purdy is not that.
You have said that multiple times.
I said it.
You
Thank
did.
you.
Yeah. All right. So last but not least, let's get this list done. We said we were going to do this a couple of weeks ago. We stand by it, even though we weren't available last week to do the show. All-time
It's Christian's fault.
NBA starting five. All-time
Hey, who put the list
NBA starting
on the notes?
What do you mean?
I see someone starting 5 on the notes. I thought it was supposed to be a surprise.
Well, I mean, I put it there like, well, yeah, I did, but I did that like tonight. It just updated for you. I just put it on there tonight while I was putting the rest of my list together.
Okay. Well, we know what his is.
All right.
All right.
Ollie, we start with you.
I'm going on my whole 5.
Yeah, just give me a point guard.
This is my personal.
This is your
my all time.
yes.
I
don't understand where the confusion lies there.
I differentiate this every single time.
I get it.
You got me on this small ass couch.
I don't have you on anything. You don't make me bring this conversation up.
Small ass couch. I'm big on this little couch.
All right.
Big man in the little coat.
All right.
Jason Kidd, point guard.
This is all time?
Yes, that's my favorite point guard of all time. Jason Kidd. Mike at 2. Come on now, he's the GOAT.
Yeah.
You know my 3. Come on now.
God, are you really going to do this?
Carmelo Anthony.
Oh, my God.
My 4 is going to be Chris Webber. And my 5 will be Hakeem Olajuwon.
Okay, so let me ask you a question really quickly before we go to Crispy. Is this starting 5 going to beat any other starting 5 that anybody puts together?
Yes.
Okay.
Not mine.
I don't know what you said. It like my list was terrible or something.
Your list right now is abysmal.
Jason Kidd is probably the greatest point guard that I've ever seen with my eyes. Magic was kind of on his way out. You tell me a better point guard in my 36 years living on this earth.
Okay.
Can't name one exactly. Michael Jordan is the GOAT. We agree on that one, right?
Right.
Okay. Carmelo Anthony is probably the greatest scorer that we've ever seen. I'm just talking about natural scoring ability.
Okay.
Right? I got a defender in Hakeem back there, and that's your favorite center of all time, right?
Yep.
On both sides of the ball. And Chris Webber is Chris Webber. And I'm talking about prime Chris Webber.
I do love me some
He's going
Chris
to
Webber.
dish the ball. He's going to hit that mid-range jump shot. And athletic Chris Webber before he messed the knee up and then started to get the jump shot. So tell me where my list is bad.
I'm okay. Everybody's going to go through their list real quick.
I'm just saying, you just was trying to take shots at my list, and I didn't like that.
Well, I mean, it's for good reason. Crispy.
You're a hater, man.
So I've been trying to do my very best not to say anything about Allah's top 5s
You're a hater.
so far. The other ones have been pretty bad, but this one's definitely taking.
I know this. This is the guy
icing.
that said his comedian was. All right, we just gonna keep going.
My what?
No, don't derail.
That's why I said keep going. Keep
Give me
going.
your top.
All right, so point guard for me, AI, Allen Iverson. Any day, all day.
I know he loves AI, dude. What do you want
I'm
to say?
taking AI. He is a point guard.
He's not a point guard.
Google it. He's a point guard / shooting guard. He played
two-guard.
both positions, just like Magic Johnson played
Magic
multiple
Johnson is a
positions.
point guard.
All right,
At the 2, I have a shooting guard and the greatest of all time, Michael Jordan.
Oh,
At forward,
I thought his greatest of all time was LeBron. He switching it now.
Are you going to let this
am
man finish his list right
He
quick?
ain't let me finish my list. I'm just gonna keep.
I didn't let you finish your list.
Thank you.
I didn't say a single thing.
Thank you for admitting it.
At the 3, at the forward, I have LeBron James. Power forward, I have Tim Duncan. Timmy! And at center, I have Shaq.
My list is better than that one.
You're crazy.
Hakeem gave Shaq the business all the time. He admits it.
Okay.
Tim, and
I'm not going to play Hakeem every game.
Tim is. We just said starting 5. How you?
Oh, they're gonna
Okay,
play
but I'm not going to play you all the time.
I'm just saying.
I'm going to play
if you
a
put
bunch
my
of other
list
5s.
against your list.
I'm waxing you.
My list
It's
is
not
giving
even
your
close.
list of work.
I'll spot you 25.
That's crazy because LeBron James also has a losing record against Carmelo Anthony. That's facts. Pull it up.
Okay.
And my point guard is better than your point guard because your point guard is not
It's
a point
your
guard.
opinion.
Your point guard
It's your
is a
opinion.
shooting guard.
Well, I really like my team, so I think my team wins. So
Okay, come on, let's go.
point guard's Magic.
Okay.
Number 2 is the GOAT. I mean, what are we talking about here?
Yeah, everybody says the GOAT.
It's Jordan. It's right there. Oh, wait. There it is, right there. It's the man right there. It's the man.
He's
the
the
man.
GOAT. Here's the GOAT.
My 3, my 3 is Bird. My 4 is Duncan, and my center is Olajuwon.
Our list is really close. I mean, as far as like we got a couple holdovers. Timmy is GOAT. Timmy's.
He's the greatest power forward.
I
of all
agree,
time.
but we went off favorite. Like my favorite power forward was Weber. The way he revolutionized playing the 4.
Trust me, I loved Weber, man. Trust me.
Now,
Crispy will tell you, man.
defender,
I'm a Weber fan.
Defender, and
Everything.
fundamentals.
Everything.
That's Tim
Right.
to a T.
Right.
I mean, the big fundamental. We get it, right? But I don't know. Prime Weber. I'm talking prime Weber. I'm talking before the Kings run Weber, and then into the Kings run
The
Weber.
Kings run Weber was still the better Weber, though.
I know.
Well, because he
Well,
got
yes,
he got the
yes.
shot.
But
right?
if we talking Warriors Weber,
Athletic,
he was
yes.
dunking on everybody.
yes, but no shot at that point. Not like he
I
has.
agree.
Right.
And then he started passing the ball
Became
more.
a smarter player.
Oh my gosh, the behind the back passes.
That King squad, dude. Don't
'Cause
get
if
me
we-
started back.
I was gonna go somebody else on my favorite for my point guard. I was gonna go Jason Williams. That's my second favorite point guard of all time.
Crispy loves him some white chocolate.
White chocolate, boy.
White chocolate.
Boy.
I got so many of those highlights of him.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I love him. He helped me get a ring in 06.
Yeah, that's true.
He didn't
That's very
help
true.
you get a ring.
I
Y'all
think
got him a ring.
I think one of the reasons why I like my list is because of the. I know you guys have your own list for your own reasons, and
Y'all
you
cheated.
talk about offense with Carmelo and everything else. I get it, right? I get it. I look at whenever I put this list together, and this is a consistent list for me everywhere. Is every intangible. You have unbelievable defense. You have unbelievable passing. You have everything. You have absolutely everything with my particular list. I look at what the intangibles are, the shooting ability, as well as the defense, the heart, everything that goes into that list I think is just pretty much unbeatable. I think that's an unbeatable
Is Kidd in the Hall of Fame?
He will be.
Is Carmelo going to be a Hall of Famer?
Yes, he is.
Is Weber going to be a Hall of Famer?
He is already.
Weber's in the Hall of Fame?
He is.
Like, what are the requirements to get in a basketball Hall of Fame?
This is hate. You
Seriously?
gotta stop hating. So now you're talking that Chris Webber is not like one of the greatest power forwards of all time? Are we just gonna forget about Fab Five? We just gonna forget about
That was college, though.
But
I don't
that's
know.
still
I'm gonna have to go check
basketball.
on this list of yours. I want to see where these guys rank.
I am curious about like when you look up lists and that sort of thing, you have guys and where they fall. I am curious where because if you Google the greatest point guards of all time, the top 50. If you Google the shooting guards, if you Google this, you Google that. I am curious where Weber sits in that.
Name me 5 right now off the top of your head. Name me 5 power forwards, not centers / power. Name me 5 power forwards better than Weber.
Tim Duncan,
Okay.
I know which one he's going to say in a second.
KG.
I knew he was going to say.
Okay.
I was going to say Garnett.
I'm gonna give you that. Okay. That's 2.
gonna take a minute
The shooting guy, Dirk Nowitzki,
No.
Charles Barkley,
No.
Kevin McHale,
No.
Carl Malone.
No. Karl Malone. Yes.
I'd give you.
We're
Carmelo.
gonna talk about his nastiness aside. Okay. Basketball. Okay. Yeah. That's 3.
I already
you
gave you
said
4.
no to a couple of them, but I mean, that's,
Yeah.
McHale's not a better power
You're
forward,
kidding. Kevin McHale's a top 50 all timer.
and Weber is up there too.
Weber is not. He's not even in the top 75.
Yes, he is.
Sean Kemp.
No.
No, not Larry Johnson. I did pull up the power forwards here.
And he's
Pippen was a 3, right?
yes.
Yeah. I considered Pippen, honestly, because of his defensive prowess.
I would agree.
I really considered that.
He's my sixth man.
Dude,
He's coming off the bench for me.
Pippen was so nasty, dude.
That's
that
cheating.
length and his defensive prowess was just second to none, dude.
That's cheating, though. You going a top whatever all time guy off your bench. We were talking about 6 men, like 6 men.
Like actual Lou Williams.
Like Lou
Williams is the best 6 man of all time. Like that just goes.
What?
Yeah.
You're like Jamal Crawford.
What about Manu Ginobili?
Like Manu.
Yeah, Manu's definitely up there.
Manu is the number 1 6 man.
But there's way better 6 men than I'm not saying Pippen. Pippen's an all-time GOAT. Like he's up there defensively.
He's top 50 all time too, yeah.
Got the same amount of rings as Mike, right?
Well, yeah. Right.
I'm just saying.
Couldn't win one on his own.
He's not a 6th man. If we're going by the term of 6 man.
Oh, well, he's just taking him off his bench. I mean,
If I get to pick
we
6 favorite players,
let's go your 6 man.
There are a lot of people that actually do that, though. They'll be like, "Well, I'm not putting this guy here, but like Steph Curry's my 6th man."
That's
like
why
people say that all the time.
That's why.
Just saying.
And y'all cheated too. Y'all picked 2 of the like athletes, like positionless players. To me,
so
Magic is a point guard, but he's like a.
I mean, just because he was an oversized point guard doesn't make him a point guard.
But I'm saying
he was 6'9", but huge.
He did huge.
Huge.
He was. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
There are certain people that revolutionized the position.
I mean, I could have put other guys in there. I could have given you John Stockton.
He's not better than Jason Kidd.
Debatable.
It's not better than Jason Kidd.
Well, we'll have to look it up statistically.
What about Tony Parker, point guard?
Not better than Jason Kidd.
Parker was
Tim Hardaway.
Definitely not better than Jason Kidd.
I'd like to think that John Stockton's is comparable. I think the numbers are definitely there.
No, they're not.
They've got to be.
Google them.
They've got to be there.
We'll talk about those numbers next week.
We'll have to.
You want to talk about the number? We'll compare those numbers next week. He's not better than Jason Kidd.
Okay. All right.
Numbers wise, if we go numbers, no.
Okay. Fair enough. Did we actually come to an agreement on what we're going to talk about next week?
Nope, because I actually picked a point guard, so y'all did.
I put 2 on there. I didn't.
No,
see
I was
which
saying
one.
like what our list is going to be next week.
I don't know.
Well, I put 2 suggestions on there.
You did. Top 5 NFL teams of all time or top 5 NBA draft busts.
I'm over the NBA at this point because until they fix them damn courts, I don't want to no
here
NBA.
we go. Here we go.
No, I'm done with the NBA.
Top 5 NFL teams of all time. So like just the greatest teams of all time.
That you would consider, yeah.
So it could be single season.
I'm tired of the NBA.
Is that fair? Can you have like
a
a single season?
Sure.
But we have to.
Why we can't do like top personalities? Top 5 sports personalities.
Ooh, that's actually not bad.
Like
Sure.
You're talking about
You just let me know so I can make the wrong list again for you, Allah.
I mean, your lists are really bad, so
Love it. Let's go.
lists are really bad. So
I will tell you,
Allen Iverson is not a point guard.
I'm pretty sure that my list wins.
I mean, you might.
My list wins.
Over mine's, man, yours was cool. Yours was better than his, definitely.
My list was better than yours too.
I love Allen Iverson.
How could you not? Practice? We gonna talk about practice?
There's rules in place because of AI right now still. Dress code.
Rules. That's true. Rules in place for a lot of guys.
Zones. Like, yeah.
Top 5 sports personalities. So this could be anybody, right?
T.O.
So they can be players, they can be commentators, they can be coaches.
Madden.
Ooh, I kind of like this list.
Berman, if you want to put them out there.
All right, so this is the order in which we're going to go. Let's go. I want to go top 5 NFL teams of all time next week. Let's do that. And then I'm actually making this note right now. As long as my computer doesn't die.
Top 5 wrestling finishing maneuvers.
That's going to be a tough one for me.
Yeah, because you're gonna pick anything.
DDT. Let's go.
You're gonna pick anything that Undertaker does. You're gonna be like, last ride.
I won't pick just him.
Chokeslam, Tombstone, old school.
So, top 5 NFL teams of all time can be single season. And then the week after that, we're going to do top 5 sports personalities.
Man, I don't even watch football.
That's going to be a good one. That's going to be a really good one.
I don't even watch football.
Well, and you call yourself a sportscaster.
Don't steal my thunder.
Well,
Stop it.
Somebody had to. All right. Show 008 in the books. Yes, Crispy.
I have 2 shout-outs, if I may.
Okay.
R.I.P. Bobby Knight.
Throw them cheers.
Yep.
I was founded in the state of Indiana, so that was my introduction into basketball. So I just wanted to give a shout out to them. And also on Friday, my United States Marine Corps turns 248 years old. So Simplified Devil Dogs, happy birthday. Drink one for me.
All right. Speaking of RIPs, Matthew Perry. What?
Yeah, he said he was founded.
Yes, I'm aware of that. You're the only one who's.
That was funny. Yeah, I'll give you that one. That one was funny.
Thank you, Allah.
I was founded in the state.
I'm done. I'm good.
He's sleeping. He's like.
That one
I
was
don't need
good.
anything else.
I was founded in this state.
I was founded. That's good.
I came out of a particular place.
Love that. All right. So appreciate all of you. Appreciate everybody. Glad we're back. Glad we're doing this thing.
Shout out my man Logan Paul.
All of this.
Nope.
No, I was
This
just
is not
saying
prime.
he wrestled and he won the United States title.
He did.
Shout out my man Logan Paul.
This is gonna get even better.
I got another wrestling belt that we could just sit right here right in this.
You know what? If you're gonna put another belt out here, you need to get a desk. That's what you need.
Nah, then I can't show my shoes off.
Nobody cares.
Michael. GOAT. Remember what Pippen did? He's
All right. So, things are looking up. We really appreciate you sticking with us. We know that we were gone for a little while, but we are back. We're not going anywhere. Shout out to Jerk Swag. Appreciate you very much. Working on the T-shirts and the hats for you fellas.
It's because I'm big. They don't want to give me no shirt.
Well, I don't know.
I'm not paying
Size
no extra.
Size medium.
Okay.
Extra medium.
Extra medium for you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh, I would pay money. Please. Please.
Medium. Let's give him an extra
Medium.
Let's give him an extra
That-
medium.
Get that schmedium on.
All right. That'll do it. Appreciate everybody on the other side. Christian, Nicole, thank you so much for your hard work. I don't know what's funny.
I'll tell you off camera.
Okay. I'm sure you will. So for all the fellas, for Allah here, for Crispy back in Greenville, South Carolina, appreciate you all watching. We'll be back next week, show number 9.
Like, subscribe, comment, share on your socials.
We are everywhere on social media now.
Add me at Shalashashka51. That's my
Promoting
Instagram
your
handle.
own Instagram handle.
Yeah, I'm a public figure now. That's why I'm gonna change my bio to public figure. At blank blank Stedman on Facebook. At Shalashashka51 on Twitter /X/ whatever you want to call it. I'm not on TikTok. I don't do those guys. Wherever else you want to be, I might be on Threads if you want me there. As long as you're paying.
I was just curious if
Come
you
on
actually
over
wanted to promote the show's handles at all, but
I'm just getting to that 1 second.
Oh, okay.
Then at BallzOut, that's with a Z, BallzOut Sports on all of the social platforms. Okay, guys, all of them. You got TikTok, right? You got Twitter because we don't call it X. You got Facebook. You got IG. You got Threads. You got OnlyFans. I'm not that one.
YouTube.
Yep. Sign up to the YouTube page. Yeah, all of them.
We're coming.
Spotify, Apple,
Google,
Amazon, right? All of them.
everywhere.
Or Amazon, either.
That one too. Both of them.
I thought it was Amazon.
It's Amazon. Yeah.
All right.
Amazon.
All of them.
Yeah, we're everywhere. We are not going anywhere. We know we've only just gotten started here, but stand by. We are going to let you know we're flooding you. You can't get away. There's no chance in hell you're getting away from us at this point. So we appreciate the support so far, the followers, the subscribers, those who listen, those who watch. We'll have everything up on all of our platforms here very, very soon. Stand by for more greatness. It's coming to you. For Allah here in studio with me, for Crispy back in Greenville, South Carolina. We are Balls Out. We'll see you next week.
Suck it,
Stay
jabronis.
hydrated.